Hi friends, this is FirearmPop, and today I have another in my series of armed citizen stories. This one coming out of Concealed Carry magazine, and they are called True Stories. See if I can get that in frame for you. And so without further ado, let's get started. I haven't really even gone over these yet. I may make some grammatical errors, but I think there's a lot more spontaneity when I haven't pre-read the article. So let's continue it that way. I'd love to hear your comments, good, bad, or indifferent. Some people told me, well, you should read them over a few times before you read them on camera, and I think that just kind of loses its spontaneity and my reaction and remarks. So let's give it a try. So let's go right off with the first one. Texas restaurateur foils burglary. Responding from his nearby home to an alarm at his restaurant, a Houston man encountered two men who had broken into the restaurant and were in the process of making off with his cash register and other items. The owner pulled his legally carried pistol in an attempt to hold the burglars for police, but the men bolted, fleeing the area. Police are still searching for the pair. Glad to hear that. I'm glad I'm not hearing one of these where he ran down the street shooting after them, which is the wrong thing to do. Anyways, let's go right on here. World War II veteran wards off 3 home invaders. Hearing a loud noise in his home about 1:30 a.m., a Verona World War II veteran took up his .22 caliber rifle and waited further developments. Hearing steps up his basement stairs, he got ready for trouble, which came. The burglar kicked open the basement door. The homeowner fired one shot at the intruder in the doorway. The shot eventually killed him. The burglar's 2 accomplices quickly retreated, taking their partner with them. They were arrested later when they called police to report a dead body, and their story explaining it fell apart under questioning. While the investigation continues, police are not expected to charge the homeowner, who was defending himself and his home. Of course, that taking place in, does it even say where it took place? Okay, that hope must be a state with the castle doctrine. That's why I was looking for that. Armed citizen foils dollar store robbery. A Jacksonville, Florida CCW holder was shopping in a dollar store when 2 men entered. Pulling weapons, they quickly took control of the store clerk and the cash register. Seeing the robbery going down, the armed citizen drew his pistol and fired at the robbers, killing one and putting the other to flight. The citizen has a history of competitive shooting, will not face charges. A little competitive shooting pays off in that area. My reaction to that, see, no one was ready to suffer bodily harm. So would you pull your weapon in that circumstance? Some people coming in to rob the store. I'm not saying it's great, just let them rob the store and leave. But I don't know if I'll be shooting if they did not attempt to hurt somebody first. I would only shoot to protect somebody else's life, not to protect property. My opinion. California mom uses shotgun to save her 2-year-old daughter. When an unknown man broke into her home and attempted to abduct her 2-year-old daughter, the mother fought like the proverbial tigress, but was unable to save her child. It was only when the abductor was attempting to get into his vehicle to make his getaway that the mother was able to take up her shotgun and point it at him while demanding that he surrender her child, and the ordeal ended. Proving yet again that firearms can be effective defenders of the innocent, the abductor released the child unharmed and fled the scene. Though she suffered a beating in the fight, she saved her child. The mother emerged victorious in the encounter, and her child was unharmed. Texas CPL holder stops daylight attack near school. A San Antonio mom had just dropped off her child at school when her husband showed up and started an argument. The argument turned violent, and the husband began stabbing the wife repeatedly about the shoulders and neck. Among the many bystanders observing the incident was a Texas CPL holder, who, fortunately for the wife, was armed. Quickly sizing up the situation, he drew his Caltech P3 AT, confronted the attacker, and ordered him to drop his weapon. The attacker continued his assault on the wife until the armed citizen drew the attacker's attention at the pistol, pointing at his head, whereupon the assailant dropped the knife and requested that 911 be called. He was taken into custody by the bystander and the school district staffer. The wife was hospitalized with serious injuries, and the husband is jailed on aggravated assault charges. The armed bystander was not charged in the incident. Now, that's exactly what I was talking about, and I think that was the proper use of a weapon. I mean, this lady was getting stabbed, and he stood there. Probably would have acted a lot faster than he did in making him stop. If he didn't heed my words the first time when I told him to stop, he'd have some Swiss cheese made of his body. Georgia father and son duo fight off home invaders. A Stockbridge, Georgia father and son came home to find two burglars in their residence. Rather than flee upon being discovered, the burglars opened fire on the owners. Fortunately, both father and son were armed and returned fire, putting the bad guys to flight, but not before both homeowners were wounded in the exchange. The father is still hospitalized with serious injuries. While one of the burglars was also wounded, he was apprehended by police. While seeking treatment for his gunshot wounds, his accomplice escaped unharmed. The homeowners are not expected to face charges for defending themselves. I hope not. Okay, rancher shoots black bear in home. The Chateau, Montana rancher returned home one evening to find company in the form of a hungry black bear. The bear had apparently climbed an electrified fence and was off for the day because of fire concerns. He broke into the home looking for food. Entering his darkened house, the rancher realized the bear was in the home when it crossed his path, and as it went, it turned on some interior lights. The rancher took up a rifle and killed the bear before it could attack him. If you live in bear country, beware of some bears. Anyway, I'm going to give Concealed Carry organization a plug at this point. It's besides the magazine, they offer a lot of things, including insurance, just like the NRA does. But some of the articles in this issue, just glancing at it before I went on camera here, I'm really looking forward to reading. I can go over some of them with you. Of course, now my fingers don't want to work. There's letters to the editor, which is always good. Lessons learned: don't forget your gun is on your belt. Okay, Concealed Carry advocates the most trainers tell you to carry every day. Exactly. Drill of the month: the Dozier drill. 1981, the U.S. Army Brigadier General James Dozier was kidnapped by the Italian Marxist terrorist group, the Red Brigade, and it's going into what that drill is all about. Okay, stuff we like, and there's some product reviews. A one-hole drill, the importance of the one-hole drill. The one-hole drill started by a means of testing the understanding of a shooter regarding precision marksmanship. Okay. Again, the ordinary guy, don't be Frank. Injured by a drunk driver over 3 years ago, Frank had spent the first 3 months after the collision in the hospital suffering from fractures. I'm sure that's most of the stories are gun-related. Shoot it, double action. Okay, if you've been at a public range, you've probably watched this scene play out of freshly minted carry permit holders getting ready to spend a few rounds downrange when there was just this fresh Smith & Wesson J-frame or Taurus Model 85. And those are double action. Those are revolvers. And they're firing them double action. And there's, yeah, if you saw recently, here's my version of the flinch drill or test. And this one, I don't know if we can get it close enough, is actually showing a coin on the pistol, which is another way to do the flinch test. Yeah, revolvers work great because you can put dummy rounds and live rounds and see if that coin stays on when you hit a dummy round. If it doesn't, then you need some work to do. Clearing the cover garment. That sounds like a real interesting article. Gives some good ideas. Anyway, this goes on and on with just some great articles. It's good reading. I know we Americans are getting away from the print media and going to electronic media, but there's nothing like having that with you when you go to the John. I'll just be frank, okay? It's nice to have some reading material. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed those stories. I hope you enjoyed my little preview of Concealed Carry Magazine. If you want to get more information on Concealed Carry, the United States Concealed Carry Association, I'll put a link down in the comments section. Okay, you can link there and find out more about it if you're not a member already. Okay, this is FirearmPop. You be safe out there, and God bless. Bye now.